to try to break that friend group up.
Wait a minute, what now?
So they can get there, because they can get the restraining order.
Okay, start over again. What did happen now? What did Sunshine do?
So she's got this fake account, Mystic Maverick.
Who else? What other fake accounts does she have?
That's it. She's been using it to screen record and get evidence to get that restraining order that she has against you.
Okay, well, how can she get a restraining order for me being online? The restraining order, that doesn't make sense, Tabby.
Armando, in her mind, she thinks she can.
No. Let's talk about the reality here, okay? Tabby and everybody here. First of all, when you get a restraining order of somebody, they have to be within the proximity of the state of the threat, okay? Second of all, she went down and pressed charges, meaning that did she press charges? No, she didn't. She didn't go to the police station. But guess who did before she even got a chance to go? I did. I called the Menifee Police Department, already reported her ass 2 days prior before she filed with the courts, because I already seen it coming. And I already had all the everything that's being recorded has always been recorded. I have every receipt for every live that she's ever been on. I've had my own fucking receipts for my own live to back up what I say. At the end of the day, you could tell me that she has these fake accounts. That is not gonna do anything for her to get a restraining order. You have to understand something. A restraining order means that somebody is in fear of their life within that city limits, and they're there around her. She knew I was geographically not there because she served me the paperwork. Hold on.
I'm not trying
let me finish.
She thinks that she's doing something.
I understand, but let me finish. I'm gonna explain it. When somebody goes down and files paperwork saying that they're threatened, guess what? She did it all wrong. That's called the abusive process. I found out what it's called because I've done my homework. It's called abusive process. When somebody thinks that they can get a restraining order on somebody from 1,337 miles away, it doesn't work like that. Even though she did get it, want to know why she got it? Because she falsified it. And the court seen that right through it. And they threw out the harassment order and gave her the restraining order to keep the case for me, for my benefit, not for her. She thought she won. She didn't. She made it official by going down there and thought she was going to weaponize the court systems. She wasn't thinking. Because guess what? From day one, when she filed the harassment order and the restraining order at the same time, they had already scratched out the part where she said, he's doxing my name. They knew it was a labor dispute, but how she wrote it. He was a volunteer. When they asked, who's the person you're trying to get this restraining order against? She put my full name and address, saying I was in Beaumont, Texas, and served me the papers in Beaumont, right? But the person that files it, the clerk has seen many frivolous. Now, we can use the word frivolous when it comes to this court filing case. We can use the word frivolous here because the court has seen so many people write bullshit just to get a restraining order on somebody. Especially over wage claims. So they've seen the red marks. They marked the actual paperwork. I have it here. They crossed out what she was asking for and immediately signed next to the paperwork. Still, they processed it. They processed it through. Then we waited to go to court. We show up to court. Guess what happens? They wanted to hear her side. She straight up had her husband there. She had everybody there. I was by myself. We listened to all the evidence that she wrote against me, right? The judge flat out said to her in her face, I don't see the actual, ma'am. Let me stop you for the second time. Let me stop you, Miss Frost. You're telling me that you're threatened by Armando Rutherford in Beaumont, Texas. Is that what you're saying? She goes, he was outside of my house. He's threatening to burn. Oh my God. He goes, okay. She goes, he's harassing me. He's doxing me. He's doxing everything. He's doxing my children's names. He sent people to my house. He come to me, asked me, he says, all right, Armando, what's going on? I said, Your Honor, this is over a wage dispute. I worked for her for 2 years under the false pretenses that she had a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and she doesn't. Your Honor, everything in this court filing is fraud. Everything is perjury. Want to know why? It's all perjury. Number one, let's start with number one. She got my birth date wrong. Why did she put my birth date wrong? But she said I was 41 years old when she knows I am 41 years old. But she wrote 1982. Why did she do that? She also wrote June 7th, 1982. My birthday is June 6th, 1984. But she still left 41 on the papers. Why she did that? Because she tried to trigger the police to do a warrant check to run my name because something wasn't adding up when the person serviced the process. She was hoping that a sheriff was going to deliver those papers to me. But guess what? A nice, sweet old lady did. And she was so sweet, she didn't check my ID or nothing. But guess what? It backfired in her ass. Meanwhile, she had Joanne joggling up her fucking ear, left and right in her ear, running her fucking suck about, oh, I'm intuitive now. Now, you know what? Us women have to stick together.